Hi, my name is Daniel Nguyen. I am the representative for Group C's online presentation. Although I am spearheading this presentation by myself, I can assure you that I didn't put the PowerPoint together without the contributions of everyone in my group, so shout out to them. But let's get this going. And good job, team. So, for our group, we have chosen to create a program to combat driving under the influence or intoxicated driving by college students and to promote a safer campus and community at Cal State Fullerton. Our program is called Drink Think, and our main tagline is Drink, Don't Think, Clink, made up by our lovely Charlene Broy. Over here, well, the message, the tagline is saying, if you're drinking irresponsibly like this guy right here, you'll end up in jail or a fate worse than jail, which is death. So who are we focusing on for this program? Priority populations, or college students at Cal State Fullerton. Well, to be more specific, we are focusing on students who are in the act of being intoxicated or students who are trying to change behaviors and attitudes about drinking and changing it towards a more responsible manner. So why is it? It is a public health service creating efforts to eliminate unwanted DUIs, jail times, and accidents upon CSUS students to assist intoxicated students to travel home safely for a minimum fee. Just because we rather have them pay for a small fee than to have them risk their own lives and others too. Also, minimum fee, just to eliminate the financial barriers, because as college students, money is a huge problem, and I feel it too. And lastly, to help students think and plan the extracurricular activities ahead of time in a more responsible and appropriate manner, which is saying, hey, it's okay to have fun, but it's also another thing to be responsible because you are held accountable for your actions, and your actions can affect others. For example, look at the image to the left right here. This is a DUI checkpoint. This is how cops can determine whether you're too drunk to drive home or sober enough to drive home safely. And to the right of the picture, this shows it's better to have a designated driver drive you home because it's safer that way, and definitely a better idea than having yourself drive home, especially when you're intoxicated by alcohol. So where will the program focus on? Basically, our main operations be on our campus at Cal State Fullerton, surrounding neighborhoods and downtown Fullerton's. Well, more about surrounding neighborhoods. Basically, house parties are less expensive because it's more accessible to people even not of age of 21, and there are neighborhoods such as Fraternity Road, especially that barn right here to this right corner on your Belinda and State College Boulevard, because study shows that male fraternity members are more likely to binge drink than their male non-fraternity counterpart. And to the left hand picture right here, just one of the bars at downtown Fullerton, because downtown Fullerton is mostly known for their nightlife and how poppin' it is during the weekends. So why are we doing this? You know, Intoxicated driving can result in fatalities, which is the leading causes of deaths in the U.S. And another reason why is to create a safer campus and community around Fullerton. Just because the study has shown that intoxicated driving not only result in your physical injury or death of the driver itself, but also the passengers and other drivers on the road. And studies also shown that intoxicated driving is more prevalent in college students because of the drinking cultures of fraternities, clubs, you know, and the age of 21 being legal enough to drink and all that. So how are we doing this? You can the students who are intoxicated and can drive home can access our drinking drivers by calling 657 help think. And to the picture on the right is a pop culture reference, of Drake and his hit single Hotline Bling. As you can see, drunk, call 1657 help think for drink think driver. So how this works is that drivers are reimbursed through the minimal fees that the intoxicated students are paying, and recognize that health science ceremonies and recognize for its service, and then they'll be definitely getting community service hours. And how we gotta get drivers that we gotta be using community organization. We gotta involve the whole school community to be drivers. And another way to combat this situation is to have drink think group meetings, just to talk about the problems of intoxicated driving and irresponsible drink behaviors and how to manage their behaviors when intoxicated. Another how to get this program across is to advertise our program through the communication channels, which includes interpersonal, which is the hotline 657 help think, interpersonal, which is group meetings like the drink think group meetings, community, have community forums involving the communities, mass media, showing our hotline and our cause on TV, PSA's bulletin boards, billboards, social media, on Facebook, just to get participants and riders. So here's an interactive technique created by Charlene. It's basically a value that we want to uphold during our right here drink thing group meetings. Basically, this is how to remember drink, which is an acronym for don't drink and drive. Remember to schedule a ride. I think before I drive. No to crash and dive, and keeping alive. Basically, these are the values that we want to teach to the participants of the meetings, just to have a more responsible behavior when it comes to drinking. So how we're gonna evaluate this is, the program efficiency, accountability, productivity will be monitored and analyzed through data by, our campus police, see whether the rates of DUIs, jails, and accidents, decrease over time, which is more of an outcome evaluation, so to say. Another way to evaluate is, surveys before and after drink think meetings. Basically, it's more like impact to see whether the immediate effects do happen. A survey before to see like what we're dealing with before the meeting, and after the meeting, see whether they do learn the values of drink or do contemplate on, changing their behaviors each time they drink. Surveys after each ride, once again, more like an immediate evaluation, which is surveying after each ride just to see how this program really do work for them. Participation. Up next is participation, whether to see how many members, how many students actually use this program out of all the students who are at downtown Fulton, house parties, or on campus. Another way we can evaluate this is through staff and volunteers, see whether what we can do to improve the program from their perspective, and whether it's a great experience for them, and evaluate our communication channels, to see whether how like effective we are in communicating our hotline and our message to everyone, and to see whether we can improve on. To summarize, what we want to bring out this program is to help steer students away from drinking and driving by providing the knowledge to help change attitudes and behaviors regarding drinking, provide safer transportation at a low cost price, and by gaining a better insight how to drink responsibly. Well, that wraps up for this presentation, and these are the references. Well, that is all. That's string thing. Thank you for paying attention. Goodbye.